I'm Knox Singleton. I've lived in Winchester now for about a little over 7 years, and I've been a volunteer at the mission now for probably 5 of those years, and I joined the board, and now I'm the chairman of the board, and have been doing that for the last little while. But it's been a it's been a wonderful opportunity to um, try to make a difference in the lives of people. There's nothing more powerful I've discovered than serving the homeless, because their needs are so great and it's growing, and the mission though is growing, and we're rising up, and as everybody may know, we depend on God to empower us to
Mm.
do His work here, and so He's He's got the Spirit working,
Yep.
and the mission's working and growing, and it's been a wonderful few years to be associated and be a small part of it.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm so grateful for your leadership, the way that you lead our board. You've been a good friend of the mission, a good friend, and a good mentor of mine, and I'm so grateful for that. Um, what do you think? So you mentioned that you had been in Winchester for the last couple of years. How do you think Winchester can best tackle homelessness? Because I mentioned to Ann earlier, it's not just Winchester Rescue Mission that's going to help do it. It's really going to take a very holistic approach. So, what do you see that Winchester has that can go into help solving this very complex issue?
Well, let me be a little bit indirect in my answer,
Mm-hmm.
because when I said I am new to
Mm-hmm.
Winchester, in that I've not been here my whole life, like so many people maybe who might be watching us today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the thing that struck me the most about Winchester is the heart that
Mm.
just about everybody here has for this community. I've lived a lot of different places, and I don't think I've ever been anywhere where the welfare of the community and the people that live here is so important. It's more important, I think. Businesses are out to be successful businesses. Governments are out to be successful governments.
Mm-hmm.
Individuals are out to have a successful life. But here, wrapped around every one of those missions is, and I want to make this a great place. I want this
Mm.
community to do well. I want my kids to inherit a better place. I want it to be something where we take care of everybody. We don't
Mm.
want to leave anybody behind. We want to give everybody opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling is very unique to this community, and I would argue that the biggest asset that the mission has in its corner is that culture that exists here,
Mm-hmm.
and the willingness of people to step up and say, I want to be, I want to help the schools. I want to help the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I want to help CCAP, for
Mm-hmm.
I want to help the mission,
Mm-hmm.
because you're feeding. I was talking to a neighbor yesterday who said they came in to help. They were going to, they had our regular people lined up out the door. And a lot of people don't realize the mission feeds thousands of meals every month,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people don't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were going to do that. Well, given the weather and the temperature,
Mm-hmm.
I guess we fed like three times our normal number
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, and just everybody stepped up. But they had to go out and get more food, and people
Mm-hmm.
gave them the food. More volunteers came. I mean, that's the spirit
Mm-hmm.
that we build on, and that's what enables, I think, the mission to set high goals and say, we want to do what this community wants and
Mm-hmm.
needs,
Yeah.
and again, I think that's our greatest asset, and like today, when we're sharing what we're doing with people, and helping them understand what it means when
Mm-hmm.
we take somebody off the street and return them into being productive. And we like to say we produce taxpayers, we produce
Mm-hmm.
good employees. We rescue people literally
Mm.
from addiction and illness and poor mental health, things that often they have no control over. So I think all that works together for the benefit of the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. One of the things that I think is really unique and that I'm encouraged in is how small Winchester is. It's nine, the city itself, 9 square miles. Frederick County, Winchester City. We're very quickly growing. Bye, Ann. Thank you. Really quickly growing, rapidly growing area. I mean, the fastest growing area, I think, 2 years in a row in the state of Virginia. But I think we still have this small town, this small town size, but with the generosity. I mean, we've talked about that previously, with the generosity and the culture that's around the community. I think we really have the opportunity to create something that makes significant change. I mean, I was talking to Dan Hoffman a little earlier, and this is a different kind of concept, but it was able to work. Dan and his team there in the city took the Winchester Transit, the public bus transportation system, and was able to create something kind of unique and create a test, and it worked well. And so if the city, I think, can run something kind of similar, run a new project in its size, figure out that something works, I think we're able to do the same thing. For us, the conversations on a bench started 4 or 5 years ago with Brandon sitting up here having no idea what he was doing. And now it's turned into a national level thing where, I mean, right now there's 13 other rescue missions who are doing the exact same crazy idea that we are. Raising some awareness, creating a national platform, talking about homelessness, and all of that came from Winchester. And so I think there's creativity, there's grit, there's determination, there's compassion and generosity in this community that can really make some things happen. I've seen that so far in the time that I've had in being in this role, with the progress that we've made on Valley Avenue, and I'm all the more encouraged that we'll continue to see that progress, not just in a property, not just in a facility, but really in homelessness overall.
You mentioned something that I think the average person, I would put myself in that category, probably don't know, and they probably couldn't know if you were not more closely connected to the mission, and that is that what the Winchester Rescue Mission does today is a model for how to attack homelessness in a holistic, effective, and where the outcomes really work.
Mm-hmm.
As you know so well, homelessness is growing.
Mm-hmm.
The awareness of the problem is growing. And many people think that the way that you tackle homelessness is just giving somebody a room,
Mm-hmm.
just give them a meal, just give them a place to get out of the cold. While those things are valuable, they don't change the trajectory and the root cause of why folks are homeless. And what the Winchester Rescue Mission does is we believe in a holistic care for the whole person,
Mm-hmm.
that their physical health,
Mm-hmm.
their mental health, their vocational health in a
Mm-hmm.
way.
Yeah.
My background is health, so I guess I think of everything as
Yeah.
health. But
Yeah.
but they need to be able to
Mm-hmm.
earn a living and make an independent wage.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be able to function well mentally, physically,
Mm-hmm.
every other way, get
Yeah.
along with people.
Emotionally, spiritually, interrelationally.
Yeah. And so when you help the whole person become a whole person again, it works,
Mm-hmm.
and the success rate is dramatically
Mm-hmm.
so much better. And that model is not being lost on other people.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned other people around the country.
Mm-hmm.
They emulate this communication
Mm-hmm.
and helping people education. I'd call it an educational effort
Mm-hmm.
because most people don't know about this. And But it's not the only thing. This program is helping people in California and Arizona and Alabama, Florida, because they're seeing what's working and then they're seeking to emulate that and they're getting better results. So your support for the mission here, if you're from Alabama or Mississippi or Florida, know that what we're doing here, you might be helping your family or somebody else in another part of the country because they're seeing how success can bring success.
Yeah.
And we're just thankful that your leadership has really taken a foundation and ramped that baby up to where we're really moving. And I think and I'm just so proud of what is being accomplished to help other people for whom there ain't a lot of other help out there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm grateful to be a part of it, and I know much of my story, and it's never something that I really saw myself in. As many of our staff, I think, would say the same thing. But it's been such a calling and such a high honor for each of us to serve in the ways that we've been called to serve, and I'm privileged to serve with. I can't say this enough. Like it is about the team, and I love my team, and so people have mentioned me some, but I would never I would not be doing the team justice if I did not say it was about the team. And so the team really does make everyday things happen here at the mission. So
we will not talk about field hockey, but being a former field hockey star that I'm talking to here, at
Pat
Shenandoah,
mentioned the same thing.
at
He's
Shenandoah University.
Okay, it is always a great day. It is still a great day to be a Hornet. Always. Yeah. I had my Shenandoah mug out here earlier, so.
But if we know anything and we learned anything, whether it's from business or sports, it's all about the team. It's all about the team, and leadership is a huge piece of it. But if the team is not working together as a team, drawing the best out of everybody, and not caring who gets the credit, who scores the goal, you get outstanding results. And I'll credit that. This is, and I promise I will not mention field hockey. That's my only promise.
Pat did. He's like, yo, captain of the field hockey team, and I'm like, Pat, it's 10 years ago almost. Like, also I could not compete with those girls right now. I'm glad that we don't have an alumni game where we're actually competing with them, because they would smoke us. But I'm grateful for the opportunity. I mean, I love the university. I love the friendships that I continue to have. I love the connections and the vulnerability that I was able to experience there and continue to, just as a good friend and as a returning student. So.
Well, we should also mention that the university continues to be a wonderful partner. We have students, we have faculty, we have staff, we have all sorts of folks who are volunteering to do all different things, and they're a part of our team. I mean, they're just like every volunteer. If we didn't have volunteers, trust me, nothing approaching what we're able to do would happen. And just let me, if any of you watching are volunteers, just let me say, God bless you for what you do, because you make so much of this possible, and it's a blessing for people and for this community. So thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you said that we have a matching gift in
we have
place?
apparently a $2,000 matching gift. So every dollar up to $2,000 from now until 4 p.m. our time is now matched. So
if we were to get to 8,000, which is our goal, and we raise that match, we'd get to 8,000.
Yep.
What if we had $3,000? What would our goal then be? I didn't mean to give you a math question.
You're asking somebody who's not a math major. Okay, I got a much better degree at Shenandoah University than what my math skills are showing. Okay, so we've already raised a little over 2 now. If we've got another 2, that's 8. If we were to get 3,000 in addition to that, Is that 11? Is that mathing, Knox?
Well, let's leave the math aside for a minute and
Also,
just say why don't we take it from 2 to 3, and that will
okay.
be my contribution
Well,
today.
I
And I know we can do that, people. Come
yeah,
on, this is well within our grasp.
yeah.
So personally, I'd love to see that if everybody will step up. I told you how proud I am of this community. I want to be proud of what you can do to help the mission today. And God bless you for everything. The amount does not matter. The more the better, I'm going to tell you. But anything you can do to help
Mm-hmm.
will 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 change your life, and it will be a transformational impact on somebody. You might not know them, you may never know them, but that's what I believe we're called to do. And
Mm.
so, God bless you for whatever you can do, and to help us today and carry this mission forward. And by the way, I do not buy that thing. I think that the team back then would probably smoke the team today. They were that strong. They were that strong. But that aside,
I don't want to do. I don't want to walk 100 yards, much less sprint and turn back around and do it again.
so
Uh,
well, thank you
well, I
for
appreciate it,
letting me sit
Knox.
with you a little
Yep.
bit and be here for the balmy section. I mean,
Yeah, I know
you'll notice I
You were
was not here
probably
for the 5
yeah.
degree time.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but
Pat beat you to the 5 a.m. call, and as Pat always does, he was here at 4:40.
oh wow,
But we were inside, so it was good. I've just been and again, I want to reiterate how grateful I am for your leadership, our board's leadership. We've had so many board members show up and continue to show up, and I'm just so grateful for you, grateful for the board, the board's trust in me and the trust in our team, and I look forward to so much more in the future. I believe the best is yet to come. So.
well, there's a lot of need. We're going to hang in there. We're gonna do everything we can to meet it and change some lives. So again,
Appreciate
thanks for letting me sit with you
Yep.
a while,
Thank
and
you,
thank you everyone who can help us and will, and again, God bless you all the volunteers and donors who've been with us every step of the way. So thank you again.
Appreciate it, Knox. Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Thank you, sir. Stay warm.